guest joining us. Who knows?
When Paul comes, we'll get up and eat.
We'll get up.
Yeah.
How you guys doing this morning?
Yeah. Wow. Well, we're so excited to have you guys here because, the Karate Kid was such a treat for all of us, certain age, and it continues to be a treat with our kids. And now we get Cobra Kai, and this is it's like the gift that keeps on giving, right?
That's exactly what we say. And just every chapter is another win in this magical franchise, and we are on the ride of a lifetime.
Yeah. And of course, it brings back all kinds of great old memories. And is there something the first time you stepped on set and you just go, wow, something just came back to me?
Wow. Everything, when we started the show, it's a brand new idea. It's 30 years later. The Johnny that I left off in the 80s, had 4 guys with him. And suddenly Johnny's solo, he's drinking beer, he doesn't even have a fish, he's got a beard, he's watching old movies. And all that new stuff was really fun. And it was a new experiment of who is Johnny Lawrence today for me. But the time when the lights turned on for us, I think for all of us and for the show, was the first scene that Ralph had, where Ralph walks into the dojo in episode 1, and Daniel and Johnny see each other for the second time, but now in the dojo. And that was our first scene together, and it was just this moment where he walks in and says, I heard you're picking on some kids, and I say, what kids? I beat up a bunch of bleep words, you got any kids in here? A bunch of a-holes who had it coming, and it was just this kind of, just Daniel and Johnny were personified and living in us at that moment, and it was palpable, and it was in the room, and it was real, it was new, it was fresh, and everybody knew it, the guys behind the camera. And as far as all the fun we were having with the new characterizations of Johnny and Daniel, that's the core of the show, is their relationship, and it started off at that moment and kicked it into gear, and I think it was a big relief and kind of this feeling of, okay, this is really here, it's organic, it's really happening, so I think that was the moment, at least for me.
Yeah, no, me as well. We talk about it all the time because it was, for me personally, that day, that moment where we played that scene out, it was, it just became so crystallized in my mind that we both shared an experience from 2 different perspectives. Me as LaRusso and him as Johnny Lawrence, and what that has been for Billy and Ralph as actors 34 years over time. There's not a lot of folks or even performers that have that, and so there was a history that was even unspoken. And I guess that's the thing, there's an unspoken element of richness in how we addressed each other through some great dialogue that just was a perfect storm of, wow, this is meaningful and popcorn fun, but relevant and deep all at the same time, and entertaining as hell.
Well, and to get loved on all weekend by such wonderful fans, have such great questions and such cool costumes. What kind of cool costumes you seen this weekend?
Well, I always know when a con has arrived at the level it should be when I see the shower curtain with the polka dots. And I saw that the moment I walked in the building. There was someone, I was walking to my table and someone had the shower costume. Usually I have to wait like an hour or 2 before I see one. So that's easy for me. Go ahead.
I used to see the guys show up in Cobra Kai's, gis and outfits, and it used to be like, oh, cool. But now it just feels normal. Like if I see somebody in a Cobra Kai gi, it's like, hey, what's up?
No, it also used to be like boo when you saw the one Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah, all we're missing is the capes on the back, the superhero capes.
Love that. And of course, Dallas is such a fun town to be in. There's so much to do here, so much great food, barbecue, beer. What do you guys get to do when you're not doing all this? Or is this it?
Try to sleep.
We're like zoo animals. They roll us in a cage, they bring us out to you guys, they feed us, they throw us back in the cage to get some sleep, they roll us back out. I swear to God, I haven't seen anything but the inside of a car, elevator, and you guys since I've been here, and I will see an airplane next, and I won't even know I was in Dallas.
Yeah, it's a pretty, pretty condensed schedule. I did get out to dinner last night. A steakhouse, was like 20 of them.
You went out to dinner last night?
Yeah. Yep, I didn't invite William.
It's okay.
I needed a break, folks. I
had a Texas Cobb salad in my room, and it was awesome.
That's the best. The night before was room service. That's my favorite. But yeah, for the most part, we need our energy for this. So maybe 25 years ago, we could have done both. Gone out all night and showed up. A little tougher these days. So happy to be here.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, now of course you're making new memories on the set of Cobra Kai. Has there been a standout Cobra Kai memory that just is like, I will never forget this in my life? It's just been so special.
I mean, there's too many to choose from because the cast of the show is so amazing. The young cast of the show is so inspiring to us, and then when we get the chance to play in the sandbox with some of the original OG characters from the films, that goes to another level. It's really hard to pick one. Recently, Yuji Okamoto is chosen in the show has really been rewarding to watch and see the fan love for him in that performance. But that's one of many.
Absolutely. How about for you?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, the first thing that comes to my mind is what Ralph just kind of hit on, is the young cast. We've been doing these characters for a long time. To see these new kids and these new casts flourish. The school fight just sticks in my mind as just one of the classic signature parts of the show. And Miguel falling off the balcony and the tables will turn at that point. So that's something. But all of it, we're getting to work with the OGs. One of the most meaningful episodes for me was I think it was 2, when I got to work with the original Cobra Kai cast. The guys, Ron and Tony and Rob. Rest in peace, Tommy. That was really special. We did that scene and we were supposedly in Big Bear, we're around a fire and hanging out, and those guys became my best friends after Karate Kid. We hung out for many years after that. We stayed in touch all the time, and we did those trips to Big Bear. We actually, in real life, would go to Big Bear, and I remember actually a time I had this Honda Accord, and I had all 3 of those guys in my car, and we were zipping around, going up in Big Bear. I can't believe I'm telling this story, but I'll do it. And it was cold, and so I was just kind of hot-shotting and just pulling up the emergency brake on these on these turns, and we were sliding out and everything, and they were like, "You're gonna kill us." I don't know what I was thinking. Don't ever do that.